Howdy, music fans. I thought I would do a video on a few artists that I discovered on an airplane ride years ago on Sirius Radio. The airplane had free Sirius Radio. I was coming back from the East Coast, coming back home, and I was listening to some show. I don't know how long ago this was, 10 years ago or more. And there was just artist after artist after artist that I liked and to this day collect. So I'm going to go over 4, possibly 5 of them. One of them I don't remember if that's where I discovered them, but 4 of these I absolutely remember. All right, so the first one is called Swampdawamp. Yep, I bet you've never heard of them. And they are kind of a Leonard Skinner, ZZ Top-ish Southern rock type thing. And let's hear a little of them. Loud guitars. The guy sounds like Billy Gibbons when he sings, too. There's a booklet. So that's one track, a little bit of one track, called I'm Feeling Saturday. And actually I'm going to move to a little bit, so there's a couple of slow ones too on here. I remember liking the whole record when I first listened to it. Very Southern rock sounding.
My heart's feeling all broke again. It's just the same.
Sounding a little Allman Brothers-y there. Nice slide guitar. So that's Swampdawamp, a very little bit of them. I've never been able to find anything but this one CD. That's probably all they did, I think. And the next one I remember was Slaid Cleaves. And he's a songwriter. I have 3 of his. I just got this one the other day, and I remember liking it a lot. So I think I'll play a little bit of that one. This one I picked up from the library sale. It was $1. And on it, funnily, he had a couple others that I had when I first discovered him, and for some reason I got rid of him. I guess I didn't think he took for me, but he really is great. I'm kind of getting back into him, and he's a great songwriter. He's the one on here, well, not the one, but he's one you may have heard of. And roots rock, country sounding, singer-songwriter-y, John Hyatt, Townes Van Zandt, that kind of thing. So, Robert O'Keenish. Let's give him a little bit of a listen.
Hard times coming home now. Can't get your feet on the ground. Got some issues and no one wants you around.
Got a good voice.
Barely sleeping and you can't get through. VA on the phone. No one's hiring. And everyone else is carrying on just like they've always done before. You've been home for a couple of years now, buddy, but you're still fighting the war.
Still fighting the war is that one. Very singer-songwriter-y.
Down the street, every time I sit down to eat, there's no more taste, it's all a waste without her. I go to
remember which one of these I really, really liked. There's a few of them I really liked. But I bought this recently and I liked the whole record. I remember that. But there's a couple of things that really grabbed me. He's a great songwriter, great storyteller. Eliza Gilkison's on this. And Jimmy LaFave too.
Out in the Rust Belt fields, we were banging out Buicks, Oldsmobiles.
There are some more upbeat songs on here too. Like the hand claps.
Our father was a welder down at the Navy Yard.
So that's a little bit of Slaid Cleaves. I have 3 of his CDs. I got rid of, I think, 2 in the past that I did not replace. I should go look for those again. So he's got at least 5. I bet he's got more. You can probably find him online. Okay, now this is the artist that I'm not sure if I discovered during that plane trip or not, but Chip Taylor and Carrie Rodriguez. And they both have their own solo careers as well. Chip Taylor's the guy that wrote Wild Thing, the Trog's big hit. And I heard a song a song off of this particular album, and I just fell in love with them both. She's a fiddle player and a great singer, and then he plays guitar and sings too. I've seen them both on a show.
I keep looking for it.
It wasn't great, the show,
I never find it.
but they're great.
If I get close to it, just put me on a train and get me back to Austin. Oh damn, I miss that town. I got them sweet tequila blues coming down.
I knew a man with money in his hand. He looked that jack of diamonds in the eye.
They do a lot of duets.
Place it on the floor, let the 7 close the door. Take all them chips and lay right down and cry.
Love her southern twang.
Yeah, I keep looking for it.
I hope I never find it.
If I get close to it,
Just put me on the train.
Here's another one I liked a lot. They've got at least 3 duo albums. I had the 3rd one at one point, but it didn't catch me as much as these 2.
I don't want the words that come to him, and you learn to say, just to get away.
I don't want to promise in the dark stuff you wanna dream, but you just don't mean.
And come on down with me, baby. Come on down. Come on down with me, baby. Let's leave this town.
Love that twang in her voice. Her solo records, I don't like as much. They're definitely a very different genre of music. They're kind of rockish, I guess. I should give them another listen maybe, but I didn't used to like them very much. His solo records I like.
Say, little darling, won't you marry me? Live in the holler near the old oak tree. Say, darling, say. Near the old oak tree we'll build our home. Nevermore, this is the world of roam. Say, darling, say.
Now I picked the more upbeat ones because that's what I like. Those, the more country ones. But I remember, I haven't listened to this record in a long time, but I remember liking it a lot, and I like this one as well. So there's 2 by Chip Taylor and Carrie Rodriguez, and now we're going to move on to, I'm going to play the actual song that I heard when on that plane ride that turned me on to these guys, and then I'll just show you the CDs. I've gotten everything they've done since. A couple of things I've had to buy digitally because they're just too expensive, or you can't find them on CD or whatever. But They're called Blackie and the Rodeo Kings. They're kind of a super group from Canada, and one, two, let's see, three, four, five, six, seven. I think that's track 8. Kind of a super group from Canada, and they Colin Linden is one of them, and I found out he has a bunch of solo albums. Stephen Fearing is the other guy, and Colin Linden's solo albums I just love. I got 4 or 5 of them, and he's a great slide player and decent songwriter, good singer. But this is the song that got me. Here's her other albums.
Rockets in my pocket, I'm a joker in the deal. I'm half-assed happy, got a heart like a wheel. I'm shining like a dime in a 5-cent town. I'm the same old circus with a brand new clown.
And then this one.
That's what I like.
It's the one we're listening to. That's what I like.
Have you seen my new sensation? Flying high and out of sight. Turn me on and love me. That's what I like.
Best of.
That's what I like. You can take a big ship to the farthest star, but I'll still see you shining on my hood of my car.
Duets with famous ladies.
I'm going to outer space, gonna circle around the sun. I'm packing jungle love, take the money and run
A couple of references to Steve Miller there. It's kind of fun.
That's what I like.
I think Lucinda's on this.
Have you seen my
Roseanne Cash, Henry Lou Harris, of course.
Turn me on and love me. That's what I like. That's what I like.
And then they did duets with guys. Nick Lowe, Eric Church, Vince Gill, Rodney Crowell, Buddy Miller, Kev Moe, lots of people. Love that slide playing.
The summer's getting old, but I'm still high. And I'm looking for my baby in the Manitoba sky. That's what I like.
So that's a little bit of Blackie and the Rodeo Kings. I'm a compilation maker, and I made compilations of my favorite artists, and I've made one of them, and there's a lot of songs on it. There's these guys are just great. All right, that brings us to the last one, and a big treat, I think. These guys are one that you probably haven't heard of. They're a little band out of Massachusetts somewhere, and they're called the Stone Coyotes. It's pretty crazy. Every time I turn around, I check online, and they've got like a new album out. It seems like it's probably once a year, but just blown away. The song that they played on that show was called "The Ghost of Vicksburg," and she's singing it from a brother's point of view, and her and her brother, she's a brother, and then her brother are at the dining table, and they, with the parents, are fighting over who should, joining the Union or joining the Confederacy. And they each ride for different ones, and then she, being the one brother, ends up having to shoot her brother down. So it's a pretty wrenching song, beautiful song, and that's the song that got me. But I'll show you, they have a lot of albums, and I'll play bits of a couple more songs by them.
Question, where do I come from? I died in Mississippi in 1881. But let's go back to the beginning, when no one knew what lay ahead. Before the mighty river ran red. And I'll paint for you a picture of that summer night, when a different
every time I hear the song.
Some common ground. I'm the ghost of Vicksburg. I had shot my brother down. So we both enlisted, opposite sides. One to march with Sherman, one for Pemberton to ride.
Great songwriter.
We donned the uniforms that soon were torn and frayed, and pledged allegiance to the blue and to the gray. Across the amber waves of grain, we heard the cannons roar, the caissons rolling, the cry of civil war. I've been sent to tell you to find some common ground, 'cause I'm the ghost of Vicksburg. I shot my brother down.
Love that.
On Chickasaw that morning, the light was dim, but by the slope of his shoulder, I knew that it was him. And he raised up his rifle, and it chilled me to the bone. For his shot went wide, and mine, dear God, struck home. Across the amber waves of grain, we heard the cannons roar, the caissons rolling, and the cry of civil war. I've been sent to beg you to find some common.
It's hard to stop these right in the middle of a song. I hope that's not too distracting, too just disrupting or distracting. Anyway, that song just gives me chills, makes me cry almost every time. Really amazing songwriting, and you can see how many records these guys put out. It's just nuts. They just keep putting out records. So I'm gonna play you a little bit. Oh, and another interesting thing is they're a family band. So she's the wife and mom, and she plays guitar and sings and writes. And the husband and dad plays drums, and the son plays electric guitar and maybe some piano. I think she plays some piano too. And I think they've brought now in another son or somebody in the last couple albums. I'm just going to play something kind of rockin' but kind of country. Pennsylvania Coal Mine. It's about coal miners being trapped in a coal mine accident. She's a great writer. She just keeps, writes about so much different stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every day we leave the light for the world below, the way our fathers' fathers did 100 years ago. With blackened hands and tired eyes, accustomed to the dark, we swing the cold forge picks till the walls begin to spark. Now and forever, our number is 9. We live or die together in a Pennsylvania coal mine.
All right, I'm going to play a little bit of one more called The Bramble and the Rose that I really like a lot. And they're very easy songs. I've figured out a bunch of these on guitar, and I'm not a great player by ear, but they're easy
We
songs to
have
figure
been
out.
so close together. Each a candle, each a flame. All the dangers were outside us, and we knew them all by name. Now see how the bramble and the rose intertwine.
So I like her voice a lot, and I like the band a lot, and I love her songwriting, and I just got hooked on these guys. They're very simple. If you don't dig it, you're not going to dig it. A lot of it's very much the same. Some of it's a little bit harder. They do a Black Sabbath song, I think, on one of these. They do Highway 61 by Bob Dylan, but mostly they're all originals. Now this is one that really kills me. I love this song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's probably my, I'm playing you like my few handful of favorites, but I like these records. You know, almost every song on every record. They're so good. This is another one I figured out on guitar. Not hard at all, but really rocks. Just kicks ass. Drums coming in. That's rock and roll. Love that guitar.
Oh, I'm tired, we're weary. Someday I'll lay my burden down. When I walk, where angels talk and stand on sacred ground. All my life I've been waiting to see. Oh, I'm tired, we're weary. While my eyes on eternity. I'm at there.
So I just love her, and I love them. They're just a great band and great writers. That was called Bone Tired off of Situation Out of Control, and it's a great cover for the title. They got some wild covers. I guess I showed them all to you. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was it. Please feel free to leave a comment. I hope I turned you on to a new artist today. Feel free to turn me on to a new artist today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.